seen these with corpses on the backs of them also, and burning and screaming, and the horses was on fire.
Yeah, that's right, folks. We out here smoking doinks in the Amish. You know how we doing. Welcome to War and Peace Wednesdays. I am Abandoned Nihilism. This is the ongoing mini-series that I have been doing where I'm just, look, folks, I'm just doing the best I can out here, okay? Look, you want to be mad at me for stealing content? What do you want me to do, man? Like, literally everyone is doing this. What do you want me to do, man? I'm desperate. Okay, look, you want me to stop stealing content? Start watching my shit. Start watching the regular show. And then I won't have to do these things to get views. This actually doesn't get me a lot of views because I don't do Survivor. And I do War and Peace. I don't do Survivor or, some game show or something like that. Some funny horror movie or just a funny movie in general. No, I do War and Peace because I love viewers. I gotta tell you though, the viewers that do come in, like Dirty Crackhead here, number one in the chat, are far and above better. I'd rather have one Dirty Crackhead, one Woke Patriot, one Davey, one Chem Goblin, one Lenny, than 300 yahoos that are like, play Fortnite, play Fortnite, play Fortnite. But here's the thing, those yahoos give you money. You guys are all broke except for Lenny. So anyway, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm now an AI chatbot. Glizzies. Thank you so much for the ice cream. Ooh, hot tamale. No, I don't want a tamale. I don't want it to. Ooh, more glizzies. There we go. Hot tamale. Money, please. Money, please. All right, folks. We're no real need here to do a recap from the last amazing stream that we had, Battle of Austerlitz. It was absolutely amazing, and it was just the Napoleon's masterpiece. And it was amazing to watch. It was amazing to watch the documentary first and see the analysis of the battle, and then see the dramatization from War and Peace, and see it lined right up, man. It lined right up. It was really cool how Tolstoy did that. Trying to, obviously he wasn't there. There were, no one wrote down maybe a lot of these conversations that they had with Napoleon, but it really feels like you're there. It really feels like, okay, how are we going to formulate the strategy? He's talking to his generals. Dude from Brazil with thick ass lady. Make it da sounds of people giving money for it. Softcore porn. Well, DCH, I think this one was from you. Speaking of softcore porn, I forgot I wanted to show this really quick. So maybe we can buy a little time. There we go. Let's buy a little time here, and let me eat some glizzies. What the fuck? All right, hold on. But no, this is from Dirty Crackhead. This is absolutely fucking hilarious. One second.
So the Imperial Guard has thrown me in the dungeon. They say, "You've tampered with Jarl Balgriff's voting orb." I said, "No, I didn't. I didn't do that." "Did you ask? Maybe a Red Guard. I don't know. A Khajiit."
A Red Guard, a Khajiit.
Could be anyone.
The black
Maybe the
guy.
Thieves Guild. I don't know. But it wasn't me. I've been saying we need to strengthen our border with Cyrodiil. Okay, we've got people coming in here, and now look, now I'm in jail. That's not okay. Now we're gonna have Ron DeSantis. He's running. He's trying to be the headmaster of the College of Winterhold. We can't let that happen, folks.
I love that. Thank you so much, Dirty Crackhead, for putting that in the Discord. That was hilarious. God damn, that was funny. That was actually funny. Some people can really nail that Trump, The big problem, maybe a Khajiit, maybe a Red Guard, maybe a Khajiit. That's actually really clever, because you got to know the lore. Red Guards are basically black people in the Elder Scrolls universe. So it's like, maybe it's the black guy, maybe it's the cat. I don't know. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. All right, folks. Well, I think I've waited long enough for people to come in. You either want to see some War and Peace or you don't. So let's go ahead and get to chapter 6. Once again, after the amazing chapter Austerlitz, but we're going to do 2 chapters. We're doing chapter 6, Reunions, and chapter 7, New Beginnings. And unfortunately, we're back to the ballrooms. We're back to the drama. What's happening at home. Austerlitz was a big, big war and a planning, and Napoleon. But now we're back to Natasha. Now we're back to the interpersonal drama. And trust me, folks, I mean, at first I was like, oh my God, gag me with a spoon. I literally said that. But I was like, oh my God, this is the most boring shit in the world. Am I sure that I even want to stream this? This shit pays off. This shit pays off big time. Okay? This, like I said, I was like, when I was first watching this, I was like, oh my God, this is kind of unbearable. Do I really need to know all this shit about all these damn people and what the fuck is going on? And this, like, is any of this really going to mean anything? No, it all means everything. No, it really is. It ties together really well. This is a literary masterpiece. He's not wasting your time with this character development. And I got to say, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I mean, this is like the proto-anime. It all feels so much like an anime. It's like, I had no idea War and Peace was like a major part of the DNA of like most anime, that like long form anime where they got like 300 episodes. It's the same shit, dude. You got to all this build up, all this character, everything about these characters and their motivations and their secrets and everything. and then it pays off big time when you finally get to the end, and you know, and these impactful scenes are happening. So if you've been sticking around from the beginning, you will not be disappointed. Let's get into it. War and Peace, 1972 BBC production, Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace. This is Chapter 6, Reunions. Oh, yeah, Dirty Crackhead. That is funny. I didn't know that. They're just inherently better thieves. That's so racist. Must be those Khajiit. They got a thief buff. Let's get this. Yeah, I'll shrink this down. I know, it's standard definition. The cats are kleptos. Well, they're like magpies. Yeah, they're like magpies. There we go. Yeah, the cats are like magpies. Oh, woe is me in my massive fucking mansion. And that's how I was at first. I was like, I don't relate to these people at all. But at the end, I was like, you know, this is an amazing story, and I'm so glad I know everything about these people. So this is Princess Volskaya, if I hope I'm saying this correctly. She has the really funny atheist grandfather scientist who, like, people who listen to the Bible are fucking stupid. He's the best. He's the fucking best. And she's caught in a world where
Who is it from?
It's from Austria, mistress. It has a military seal
the
on
world
it.
wants her to marry, but she wants to be, you know, a professional on her own standing before, and she wants to fall in love on her own. And she makes her own decisions, unlike Pierre, who marries a woman that he hates. He does what society tells him to do, and he's totally fucking miserable. So that's kind of the parallel here with these characters. I think she's going in to see her dad. Yeah. I see. So yeah, okay. Letter came in. I think this is about his son. Social ladder climbers. Princess Volskaya, no, not really. I mean, Pierre, yes. Pierre was in that social circle, but he didn't understand why. He actually preferred to hang out with poor people.
There's no news of Andre. There's no news, you understand? None. Go to your room. How dare you interrupt me at this time of the morning?
I just wanted to know.
He's dead. Haven't I told you enough times? He's dead. You saw Kutuzov's letter. He saw him fall. What more do you want?
So, he was the guy in Dashing White that Napoleon was looking over, and he was looking over the victory at Austerlitz, and he was like, these are fine men that died. They're patriots, but he is still alive. But he's severely injured.
That was 2 months ago, and they haven't found the body.
Fool! Do you know what it's like on a battlefield? 20,000 dead at Austerlitz. Do you think each gets a grave to himself? He's dead. Your brother is dead. Speak no more of him. Do you hear me? No more.
Yeah, it's pretty hard on him, right?
Please, don't shut me out. Not this time. Well, we mustn't lose hope. Perhaps he's lying ill somewhere, trying to get in touch with us.
He's dead. Only fools can hope. When the facts stare them plainly in the face and tell them otherwise. If he were alive, we would have heard something. But he's dead. My son is dead. Killed by those scoundrels who destroyed the Russian army between them.
Scoundrel.
That letter
Scoundrel is
the
bizarre.
last inquiry I shall make. Go. Go and tell Lisa. Tell her husband is dead. Go, get out of my sight.
Well then, if we cannot weep together, we must weep alone.
He, you know, he's one of those guys, you know? Doesn't know how to emote properly and needs to be in total control at all times.
Are you all right? Yes. Yes, I'm all right.
I heard the man shouting. Something happened?
No. Only the last of his inquiries to Austria have yielded nothing. Oh, Emily, I'm afraid he's right. We shan't see my brother again.
No. No, you must not give up hope.
But Kutuzov saw him fall. It's foolish to go on hoping, just because the body wasn't found, that he's still alive.
Kutuzov got shot in the face. He didn't know what the hell was going on 5 seconds at the start of the battle.
What condition?
We kept the news of Kutuzov's letter from her, while there was still hope. But now she must know.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine delivering the news, you know. And also the fact that they were in kind of a loveless marriage. Like he really wanted to get the hell out of there and get glory on the battlefield. But once he got there, he couldn't really understand what the hell he was doing. He's like,
Such a hard cake, I can
I don't
hardly
know.
believe it.
I don't know why I want this.
Is there something wrong? What is it? News of Andre?
No. No news.
Did Papa hear nothing to his inquiry?
Not yet. But he will, I'm sure.
Maria, why must I
she
have my
can't
child
tell her.
like this? What have I done? Why did he go? Who knows? I'm hopelessly lost without him.
Hush.
And I'm not well. No, I know I'm not. I know Papa doesn't believe me, but there's something wrong. I know there is.
No, it's just the child, that's all.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I mean, the French are invading. You know, the French are a couple months away.
Give me time. Please, please, what do you think of... Merciful heavens! It's the young Count.
Where are they?
At supper. But I can't believe my eyes. Is it really you, Count?
It's really me, Prokofy. Home on leave. Is everything all right?
Praise be.
So
Everything.
we're in the other household now. We're no longer with Princess Volskaya. Hey, welcome back, Lenny. Thank you so much, Lenny, for coming back. It's so funny. I guess soldiers have been doing this since time immemorial. You know, since soldiering has existed, they've come back to surprise the family.
Oh, this is wonderful. Goodness, look how you've grown. Sonia. Sonia. Mama.
Are you? Vasily Denisov, your son's boy. Denisov? Denisov?
Of course, Denisov.
Oh, everybody, see who's here. It's Denisov. Davina, Natasha, Anna. Oh, That's wonderful. Nikolai wrote us all about you. You're welcome to our home. Welcome.
Thank you.
Isn't that wonderful? Natasha, that's not a way to greet a stranger.
But it's not a stranger, it's Denisa.
What are you thinking of? You must be starving.
Oh,
They've heard about him through letters.
Prokofy, where are you?
Yes, quite a long way today.
Don't bother with things like that. Lead two more places. Everybody, come back into the dining room, please.
Crack of dawn.
Hungry, Prokofy, don't stand there weeping. Bring some more candles.
The help is weeping.
Countess, my pet, my love, let the boy go. He's not going to run away. He's only just got here. Come, please, everybody.
Did you have a good journey?
Rather wearisome, Countess, rather wearisome.
You make this guy say rather wearisome. The scriptwriter's an asshole. Rather wearisome.
Nikolai? Nikolai, get up. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock, Nicky. You can't sleep all morning.
Good heavens, can't a chap even get some sleep?
There. You frightened Sonia away. Put your dressing gown on and come out.
She was nervous because he was in his night clothes.
We were up hours ago.
Very, very modest.
At the end of the conservatory.
I've seen him in an improper state.
Oh, no, come now, Nicky. Please.
All right.
Can I see your saber?
Prokofy, bring me some tea in the conservatory and some bread and ham.
That can I see your saber is a little bit of foreshadowing, I think.
My, you soldiers sleep late.
Well, when you're in the field, you're up at the crack of dawn, you know. There's no need for that here, is there?
You know, I know they didn't have lapel mics or anything, but
She ran away.
come on.
You shouldn't just appear in your nightshirt like that. We're not children anymore.
Oh, they invented grape shot?
When
That's
did you grow your
awesome.
moustache? Before the battle or after?
After.
Are you glad to be home?
Of course I am. But I love the army.
Did you see Napoleon?
Of course not.
Oh.
But I saw the Tsar. When the battle was nearly over. He was alone in a field. I felt so sorry for him.
Oh, you felt sorry for him?
Do you know, Natasha, I could have died for him then and there.
Nicky, I'm glad you didn't.
He
It would be
completely
awful.
fucking failed his people.
But I didn't have to.
He should have listened to Kutuzov. He went in for glory and got
Why don't you
everyone
fix
killed
something?
and embarrassed the military. Gave Napoleon one of his greatest victories. Oh, I could have died for him.
First.
God
You
damn,
know
it's a
Sonia's my best
sickness.
friend.
It's a
I
sickness.
burned my hand off for her, Nicky. Look, I did that just to show how much I loved her. I just heated a ruler and pressed it there.
Yo,
Do you
you
think
didn't
that
have
was
to do that.
No, of course not. Did she do the same?
Well, she
No,
would have
no, it's
done,
totally normal.
Only she was afraid you might see her with a scar on her arm, so I said she shouldn't. But if she loves someone, it's forever.
Yes. Yes, she's like that.
She made a promise when she was like 14.
She is. And she loves you like that.
Was that what you wanted to tell me?
No.
Oh my God! I gotta get me a butler. Oh, you know, getting the wife that did not work. I need to get
You
a real
remember what
butler.
happened before you went away?
Oh, with Sonia.
Both of you swore you would never love anyone else. Well, she says you're to forget all that. She said, I shall always love him, but let him be free. Isn't that lovely?
So funny. He
Isn't
just
it
got back
noble?
from the Battle of Austerlitz, so now he's like talking to a 15-year-old girl about
But
love.
I never go back on my word.
No, we discussed all that. We knew you'd say that, but it won't do, you see, because if you consider yourself bound by the promise, it would look as if she'd said all that on purpose, don't you see? As if she wanted to tie you even more, and she doesn't want that.
They
Well,
can
that's
be
exactly what
femboy.
she doesn't want. She loves you too much, Nicky.
Give me some coffee.
You must remain free.
Go to Timmy's for me, femboy.
Well... Oh, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. It's so good to be back with you all. Are you still true to Boris?
Oh, that's just nonsense.
I saw him just before the last battle. He's really changed.
Well, I shan't marry him. I shan't marry anyone. Is Denisov nice?
Yes, of course he is. He's a wonderful chap.
Well, hurry up and get dressed. I'll go and find Sonia.
Oh, Boris should go far.
Do you
could
get
be
that
proud,
she's
Anna.
supposed to be young?
Well, I did all I could, but...
Is that coming through? She's like she's touching 30, the actress.
You know,
She's doing a really good job.
Kutuzov's aide took him under his wing just before he was killed.
So many fine young men. When I think of our Nikolai, or Boris, lying out there.
We need more femboys. We do. I
Oh,
want
good
that
morning,
femboy
Brenda.
Hooters.
And how are you this morning?
Oh, what a question. My son comes home last night. He asked me how I feel this morning.
Nikolai looks wonderful, Natalie. Wonderful.
Doesn't he? Just wish he'd shave off that moustache.
Oh, I think it suits him.
You would think it suits him. Wait till you have a son of your own. See if you'll like him with a moustache.
He's home, my dear. Moustache or beard, what does it matter?
True. There's plenty that didn't come back. Are Nikolai and his friend up yet?
I haven't seen them. The girls are up. They had breakfast an hour ago.
Sonia seems beside herself. I've never seen her so excited.
You need to be careful there, my dear. Oh, don't I know it? She's my niece, and we're very fond of her. I didn't take her in to marry my son.
I would go once.
He'll command a
I
wife
wouldn't
with a
live
dowry
there.
bigger than all your estates outside Moscow.
Which, by the way, have just been mortgaged again.
Well, the children have to enjoy themselves.
But how long can it go on?
So, okay,
it's
don't want to
okay
miss this.
all
This is
somehow.
important.
Don't worry, my pet.
The financial problems are
There's
starting to
been
get
a bad
real.
harvest. Everyone has suffered.
All the same, if he's going to get married, why shouldn't he bring something into the family?
You'll have to speak to Sonia.
Oh, no, Natalie.
He leaves everything to me.
It's a little premature anyway, isn't it? After all, they're young. They could grow out of it.
Exactly. They're still children. And you're trying to marry them all.
I think people should marry for love.
Oh, yeah. Lenny.
Because a man chooses a woman with a dowry, is that to say he can't love her as well?
In any case, my dear, even if you marry for love, it doesn't mean to say that the rest is all roses.
There's a lot of Schadenfreude here, though.
Pierre Besukhov.
I think that's why Leo was getting into this.
Karagina was no good.
A fool could have told him, but a fool doesn't listen. And a man in love is a fool.
What's this then? Are they not happy?
Shut up, you old hag.
I sometimes wonder what you do all day. You know so little of what's going on.
My dear, she has a lover. Dolokhov, an old friend of Pierre's. Everyone knows, except Pierre.
Isn't that always the way?
Is that why they left Petersburg and came to
Hey,
Moscow?
Trafalgar was a major
escape
loss for
Dolokhov.
France.
Oh, I shouldn't think so. Yet, perhaps. No, probably Pierre both knows and yet doesn't want to know.
What a terrible thing. Terrible. Well, I hope his trip to Moscow settles things for him.
So they're talking about Pierre, Anthony Hopkins' character, and basically that he's marrying this woman that he doesn't love. It's kind of interesting that everyone knows that this is happening, and it's just like, well, you know, oh, what can you do? There he is. Oh, and there's that rogue son of a bitch. There's this bastard, this son of a bitch. This is great, though. I hope this is the episode that I think it is, because if it is, you guys are going to be in for a treat. I'm not going to spoil it. You might be in for a treat, though.
I called to pay my respects.
The hell you did, you son of a bitch. You're hanging out here with my fucking wife is what you're doing.
Petersburg. I arrived yesterday. Good evening, my dear.
How was the opera?
It was very boring. You were right not to come. What are you doing in Moscow? My mother still lives here, you know. Ah, yes. How is she? Very well. And then I thought I'd call on a few old friends.
Yeah,
Nikolai
right.
Rostov, for instance. Ah, you know the Rostovs? I met the Count in the army. He invited me to call when I was in Moscow. Ah. Well, I must be going. Good night, Countess.
Good night. I hope we shall see something of you while you're here.
Of course.
I was wondering if maybe
Good night, Count.
you know.
No, don't come down. I can see myself out.
France was so bad initially, you know, with the Navy. Maybe because Napoleon was just too busy. I wonder what would have happened if Napoleon was directly in charge of the Navy instead of having to put other people in charge. She's like, I'm going to bed.
Did you know he was coming?
No. Why should I? He's your friend, not mine.
Yes, but you like him, though.
Well, I find him amusing, don't you?
Yes, yes. Well, not exactly amusing, but still, if he's here, he must call, I suppose.
Would you rather he didn't?
No. It's just that...
Just at what?
Well, he seemed to be around us all the time in Petersburg.
It was you who took him up?
Yeah. Yeah, he was an old friend. I thought I might be of some help to him. And then,
Why-
There's a streak of cruelty in Dolohov. Have
Yeah,
you
there
noticed?
is. Yes.
No.
He's like
chosen his face sometimes.
He's flaunting.
I hadn't noticed it before.
No, he's flaunting. Like, oh, look at me. I'm hitting on your wife. What are you
Well,
gonna do
good night.
about it?
Good night.
And Pierre ain't no bitch. He's not a bitch like all these other aristocrats. He's not a bitch. He's just very confused. This son of a bitch. Oh, and wait till you see what this guy gets up to now. Oh, this guy. This scoundrel.
Nikolai, where have you been?
To meet a friend. This is Lieutenant Dolohov. We knew each other in the army. My sister Natasha.
Delighted.
My cousin Sonia.
This son of a bitch.
Charming.
And Colonel Vasily Denisov, my squadron commander.
All the work they had to do to get strange pussy, though. I mean, my God.
No, we were practicing. Yogel's giving a ball here on Thursday. You'll be here, Nicky, won't you?
Who is Yogel?
He's our dancing master.
You had to, like,
He's giving it
pretend
for
like
his
you
former
wanted to
pupils.
marry them.
Oh, say you'll be here, Nicky. Yeah, especially for you.
Oh, I don't know. It's kid stuff, really.
Oh, it's not. Vasily's going to be here.
Whatever for?
What would I not do at your sister's request, dear boy?
Oh, do come, Nicky. It will be fun. And you come too, Lieutenant.
I'm sure I should be delighted.
There.
Do
You're
it,
the
Will
only one who
Patriot.
hasn't said yes.
We got a whole more episode
all
to go.
right.
You got plenty of time.
It's a
to
very
do-
small affair, I warn you.
Oh, really? Well, I'm not averse to small affairs.
It is nothing
Yeah, you
of
bet.
the sort. It's a lot of fun.
The girls
Fucking
only go there
rogue.
looking for husbands.
They do
You,
not.
brigand?
Oh, you're...
Brigand and rogue.
Oh, sick.
You scoundrel.
Vasily, get her off me!
It's quite right, you're getting above yourself.
Don't, I'll mess your hair up.
They don't what?
Go there looking for husbands.
All right, they don't.
There, you see.
Drinking in the shower.
Well, I don't think it's such a very bad thing.
Oh,
What a very pretty necklace. May I?
It was a present from Nikolai on my 10th birthday.
Homie getting so fresh, it's ridiculous.
What about a tune, Colonel? After all,
Fucking
I'm
rogue.
going to Yogel
Absolute
Hall.
scoundrel.
Practice.
Very well, what should it be?
Something
Wanna be?
stately.
All right.
Anglaise, yes. Would you care to remind me of some of the steps?
This brigand. This scoundrel. This absolute bastard. Sean Bean. Oh, Sharp. No, we're going to be doing a Sharp series, Dirty Crackhead. We're absolutely going to be showing Sharp. It's old enough, you know. I'm gonna try to get away with showing Sharp.
Well, why not?
So good, dude. It's so good. Sharp is
like
good.
He's too familiar.
Come, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, Will
right?
Patriot is right.
You must dance, Count Rostov, I insist.
Maestro, you know I could never do it.
Nonsense. You had great talent. Countess, I appeal to you.
Come on, Nicky. Don't be so stuffy.
All right. Next time it's Denisov's turn.
All right, we got another ballroom scene. These are my favorite.
Couple on the floor.
Yeah.
These, I mean, look at the amount of effort that these extras have put in.
To the army, obviously.
Vasily isn't stiff and he's
This
in the
is
army.
It's an.
But look at
It's
your
like
daughter
they got
now.
the
What
whole
grace,
dance
what
down, the whole
natural beauty.
choreography.
Nikolai
Look
so
at this.
stiff. I don't like to see him so stiff. It's his personality, Natalie. You'll never change.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube.
Always very straight, my pet.
I call it stiff. Have you noticed Dolohov with your niece? He has been
Yeah, that was
dancing
the
rather a
sequel,
lot with
right?
her.
Now then, stop making matches, you two.
Who's making matches? Annette made an observation.
One can't live with one's eyes closed, Ilya. Not
These,
wrong.
all these like.
Must get off your hands
Who's gonna hook up with
later.
who? Guys, Napoleon is invading, and look what they're doing. They're literally being invaded. But look at this. I mean, it's just like step for step.
I definitely don't like him.
You took a dislike to him from the start.
I did not.
You did? You said you didn't like his face.
Well, I don't.
That's ridiculous.
Besides, I've heard things about him.
Oh, Rifles was the first one? Okay.
He's been Countess Bezuhov's lover.
Who told you?
I heard.
Rubbish.
And he fights duels,
Well, so do lots of people.
but he provokes them.
Oh, rubbish.
Don't keep saying, oh, rubbish.
She's talking
The
about
way
that
he's holding.
that scoundrel. See, he's trying to do. And then look, man, a guy like this could come in, sweep a chick off her feet, bang her, like in a barn somewhere, right, and completely spoil her future. And then he bails, he never comes back. She's ruined. She won't get married. Like, and the whole family will get fucked over because of this guy's actions. That shit went down, dude. That shit was legit. You could not just bang a chick and bail. Not of this standing. Not a daughter of a duke or a prince or something, a landowner. You could not. You would get tracked down.
You can see it in the face.
You just
Remember
don't like my
Pride and
friend.
Prejudice?
I like Denisov.
Oh, Denisov. You only like him because he's in love with you.
Sonia, you look beautiful this evening. My dear, doesn't she, Anna? Radiant. We will say how beautifully you dance with Lieutenant
They are
Dolohov.
absolutely
She dances as if
adorable.
she's done nothing else all her life.
Nicky, must you hold yourself like a ramrod when you dance, my dear?
I'm not making it a profession.
Still, a ramrod, dear.
Yeah, you looking like a dildo, homie. Like a turquoise
What
dildo.
magnificent dancers, all of you. Sonia, my dear.
Oh my God!
The young man over there dying to dance the next dance with
It's
you.
been promised.
Oh, but Lieutenant
Promised.
He gets food
I
stuck
promised
in
the
that
next
thing.
dance to Nikolai. He hasn't danced with me all evening. Well, you haven't forgotten, Nikolai.
Oh, no, of course not.
So, a little history.
Ah, the Berserker! This is where I
Oh,
saw.
the Berserker! Oh my God, the Berserker's amazing. Watch this. Everyone, stop what you're doing. Watch this. Come over here. Watch this right now. Seriously. Watch this.
I'll show you how to dance a wheel Berserker.
Look at him go! Woo! Oh, yeah! That's a Berserker.
Don't be stiff, Nikolai.
Wow, real authentic Berserker,
The Berserker is
folks.
not my
Yes!
last maestro. However, if the Countess Rostov should care to try.
Why not? We can't look worse than
That
my
was
brother.
awesome. Look at that! Look at that! Look at these! Oh, we gotta see that again. Oh, I gotta see that again. Shut up. I gotta see that
I'll
again.
look worse than my brother.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah, boy! Dude, this rocks. I want to learn the Berserker, man. You kidding me? I want to learn. This is awesome. Yeah, Lenny, yeah, that's true. I love it, DCH. This is great. It's very complicated. It's not like, walk back, you know, bow, turn around, go to the next person. It's got all these moves. They're jumping in the air together. Easily the coolest dance in the whole. That's the best one. Easily. The Berserker. So cool that we saw that.
Come in.
And let me tell you, they picked the right woman for this role. I mean, she's amazing, right? She's, you know, she's like statuesque, but she has this look, right, that goes right in, right, cuts right through you.
I was just going to bed.
Cuts you right in half, dude. You know.
I see.
Oof.
I just wanted to talk.
What about?
Well, I've been thinking.
Have you seen Dolohov lately?
She ain't no MILF,
No.
dude. She's in her 20s.
Since you stopped calling.
Yeah.
Have you said anything to him?
No, what should I have said to him?
I don't know, I just wondered. Perhaps your attitude discouraged him?
I had no attitude. He was free to call or not as he chose.
Perhaps he's just gone away.
Oh, no. I hear he's a frequent visitor at the Rostovs.
Do you have to wear those glasses?
Dude. Ah! Oof. They picked the right.
Do you care whether he
I
calls?
told you I find him amusing.
I could inquire.
There's no need. I don't find him that amusing.
Respectful. Respectful.
No, I had a letter today from
So respectful right
I'm
now.
sure it was fascinating.
Oh my God,
Well,
yes.
I wrote inquiring after Andre.
I know that
but
bathrobe
he
is
hasn't been
amazing.
found. It seems now that it won't be.
Charming thought to go to bed with.
Thought you might like to know.
Is that what you came in to tell me?
No. Just crossed my mind. I feel so sorry for Lisa. Having a child and Andre dead, never seeing me. It's so sad, too, because they weren't happy, you know. He's such a restless spirit. Andre, always searching for something.
That was the fella in white that we saw that everyone thinks is dead.
But then aren't we all
I'd like
searching
to
for
go to
something?
bed.
Yes. You made her very unhappy. Poor Lisa.
Technically, Doc Ock looks like him.
She's the sort of girl who needs her husband near her all the time. Now she's alone, having the child. No husband to show to when it's born.
So respectful right now. I'm so respectful.
War's a terrible thing. Terrible. And
That
yet I suppose
bathrobe.
the child will help her when it's born. Helen, I wanted to ask you something. Has there been any sign? Do you feel as though you were going to have a child?
She doesn't want to have a kid with him.
Whatever do you take me for?
I just
I'm
wondered.
tired. I'd like to go to bed. If you see Dolohov, you can tell him that we're cross, that he's dropped us so obviously.
It's so obvious what's going on, right? So it's either this episode or the next episode, but there's such a good payoff, guys. It's amazing. This guy's a fucking
Now,
scoundrel.
Choose one.
I'll choose.
No, let Sonia. I'm sure she'll bring me luck and make the trick work.
You have to speak to her.
Come on, don't be silly. Choose one.
Oh, it's too soon. He may only be amusing himself.
Now.
Damn it.
Put it back in the pack.
Look at Natasha at the bottom right.
I must say, Dolohov, I wouldn't care to play you at cards.
Meaning what?
He means, dear boy, that you handle yourself like a professional.
Anything I do like a professional.
Look at the. I think the cards have gold trim. Those are not plebeian playing cards.
Do you see your card there?
Look at Natasha.
No.
But you put it in there.
Yes.
Now, if Petya will take out the card that is in his right-hand pocket.
Mine? I haven't got a...
Did a little sleight of hand there.
King, you choose well. You should never choose anything less.
Yeah, baby. Do another one,
Yes.
one.
Oh, no, I should be getting a bad...
Yep, Natasha knows what's going on. I was talking through it, but that's what she was talking to when they were dancing.
No,
she was like, he's
what a
fighting with
pleasant
everybody.
evening. What a nice young man that Lieutenant Dolohov is.
Yes.
Seems to like you. At least he seems very attentive.
He's a fucking warlock,
In
dude.
my experience, he's a man in love.
Oh, don't say that, please.
Do you imagine getting strung up because you did some sleight of hand? You did like some basic sleight of hand.
You know,
It's a
Sonia,
witch!
You've lived with us all these years.
I know, Mama, and I love you, and I'll never forget all that you've done for me.
I'm not reminding you of it so that you can be grateful. You're like my own child. So I must advise you as if you were.
Please don't speak of it.
I must, my dear.
War and Peace Wednesdays. Welcome
Giving
back,
you all
Jiddox.
we can. We cannot give you a dowry.
I don't want it.
But then it must limit you. You can't make a brilliant marriage without a dowry. Now, I think Dolohov will make you a proposal. It's quite a good match. And I must advise you to think of it carefully if he does. Oh, please, my dear, don't cry.
And Mom,
Life has many
she's
problems,
desperate for
believe me.
money.
We can't always have what we want.
She's desperate for money,
If you
but what
refuse
she
his offer, you may not get another as good.
no, what she doesn't realize
Promise
is
at
that
least.
he's
You'll
gonna
give it
he's gonna
careful
bail
thought,
on her if she does this.
Yes. I have the family to think of too, you know, Sonia. No one else thinks of it. All left to me. What can I do?
But she
I'm
wants-
not a magician.
She needs that dowry.
Be sensible.
That's where that's what she's thinking.
All right.
What's interesting is that the mom is plugged into all the gossip, so surely she's heard the gossip about him, and she's just intentional.
Ah, yes. Honest. Are you in love with her?
In a way.
You surprise me.
I surprised myself. I thought such feelings were for others.
You never entertained them for me.
Ah, that was different. I held them in check.
Why?
Well, you were hardly available as a wife.
Wouldn't you be satisfied with less?
I feel it's time I got married.
I see.
Well, after all, you must have felt the same.
I'm a woman. I can't provide for myself.
Well, what could I do? You weren't
Legally,
free?
she's not allowed to.
Would you have married me if I had been?
Of course.
But I shouldn't have married you. Your accomplishments are not of the kind to pay the bills.
Yeah, it's a
Would you
terrible
accept it?
practice, DCH.
I think so.
But you haven't actually asked her.
I shall ask her tomorrow. She has no dowry, of course, but that makes my chances greater.
Still, she may refuse you.
I doubt it.
Yes, so do I. But if she does,
Then I shall need your divine consolation.
you shall have it. Although you don't deserve it.
So he's saying, look, if she rejects my proposal, then I'll...
Wish me luck, at least.
Why should I? I hope she says no.
I'll scoop you up off your feet, you know, I'll rescue you from this marriage. By God, they're dashing.
Where are you going?
Out.
Aren't you staying to dinner?
Thank you, no.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Well, stay a while.
I have an appointment with a lady whose husband is away this evening.
Oh.
I mustn't keep her waiting.
Oh.
Sonia! Sonia, wait!
Nicky,
What's the matter with
he
Sonia?
proposed. I knew he wouldn't. You refused him.
Nice.
Mama begged and begged her not to, but she did.
Nice.
Mama begged her not to.
Well, of course. Nicky, don't be angry. But I know you won't marry her. But don't ask me how I know. I just do.
She's an angel.
Go and talk to her. Perhaps you can get her to change her mind.
But why should I?
She makes the right move
She
here.
may spoil her life if you don't. You must be honest with her.
And he's like immediately dashing off back to the Count's wife. He's gonna go. He's gonna go get him some. No, but she made the right decision here.
Sonia,
Don't say anything, please.
but I must. If you're refusing him because of
I don't
me,
want to know, Nikolai.
but I want to tell you the truth. I love you.
Oh, that's enough for me.
But I can't make any promises. Mama doesn't want it. We're both young. We may change our minds.
I shan't. But I'm not holding you to anything.
Please think about it again.
She really
Jeff is
means
a good
it.
one. He's a friend of mine.
She
It would
ain't
be an
playing.
advantageous match.
I don't want to talk about it.
She ain't playing.
Please. I want nothing. I love you. I shall always love you, and that's all I want.
Maybe the mustache is a bad idea. Maybe his mother. Maybe the mothers were right about that one.
Angel, and I don't deserve it.
Just marry your man. Shut the hell up. Oh my God. Okay, so this is Andre's wife giving birth now.
We should have sent for the doctor before. It's called in good time. Who's to know such a storm would break? Birth's just in the weather, they're in God's hands.
Scooch.
Praise be the child's all right. Don't father. What good is it? It's another life. Praise God for it. You see, them that's born in a storm and they're in sunshine.
Why do they say God is merciful?
I don't know.
What harm she done? She's good and kind. She loves everyone. Someone's coming.
The doctor.
I often ask that question. The Gucci stash.
Andre.
Masha! Masha. Has it happened yet?
Yes, but...
Where is she?
Andre! Andre!
You can't come in. Don't come in.
The baby was born, but
Lise!
Oh my God.
it was a more common than it is now back then.
That look on her face. It's so accusing.
No.
It's as if she was saying, where were you? Why weren't you here?
Very tragic stuff. And there it is, folks. That is the conclusion of Chapter 6, Reunions. We got one more chapter to go, folks. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We got one more chapter to go. It's called New Beginnings. But, gosh, you know, it's a really good story. It's a very human story. Even though I have no connection to prince and princesses and dukes, I still feel kind of connected. You know, I can kind of relate, at least. I don't know, it's a very human story. And I've absolutely fallen in love with it. Like, I totally get it now. You know? I never. I was just like, oh, it's a big book. It's huge. That was the joke. I was like, okay, whatever. No, I get it. This really is something special. You know. And then the cherry on top, of course. Okay, thank you, Jesus. And the the cherry on top for me is, of course, the historical accuracy. You know, setting this very human drama with the backdrop of this epic war, this absolutely epic moment in history when France, almost conquered all of Russia, conquered and occupied Moscow. Just an absolutely shocking moment in history with, the French military just sweeping across the nation. So, making that the setting of this really amazing and interesting drama with all these people and the things they say sometimes, like, especially when they zoom in really close and you just hear their thoughts and it's like, what am I doing here? What's going on? Like, I don't really understand. It's like it feels so, so connected to an actual experience. I guess, it's, I just don't see cinema or literature that does that so well like this does. It really is something else. Like, I'll never forget these stories, these people. I feel like I know them. So here we go. New Beginnings. Costume people did an amazing. Yeah, no, it really is great. I don't know if it's period accurate, of course, but feels period accurate. The French army costumes seem spot on. I'm sure there's some experts that be like, oh, Napoleon didn't command that battalion. That's not a real cavalry's uniform. That kind of stuff, right? Sorry about the volume there. Pretty sure it bombed because they rewrote a lot of the base material. I've seen clips. Yeah, I've seen clips of the new one.
What use are your spectacles, my friend, if you cannot see that Dolohov is your wife's lover?
Oh, so he's looking at a letter that Dolohov sent to her, like, steamy-ass letter.
Couldn't you have stayed at home?
You're going to a party. Why shouldn't I?
It's not a party, it's a banquet in honor of General Kutuzov.
Well, doubtless you'll enjoy it. Count Rostov always manages these things very well.
So she's going off to a different party.
Since the banquet is for men only, I can see no reason to sit here alone until you get back.
Will you be home late?
Probably. You needn't wait up.
Dolohov will be there. At the banquet.
I know.
I thought of asking him back for a drink.
Do as you please.
She's unironically wearing a crown.
He does, but I'm not dependent upon it. You may give him my regards when you see him. Good night.
He's so good. Okay. This is so good. This is the episode. Yeah. Hell yeah. I love it when Pierre gets political. It's really great.
Now it seems, Colonel, we must make peace with the French. Yes, Count, we will make peace, but it will be an honorable one, because Napoleon knows that despite Austerlitz, that our great Russian army was not defeated, only deserted.
Absolute mincemeat.
No, you were defeated, dude.
Every bit as good as us. I give you a toast to the French cavalry.
Now, let's drink to something a little more civil now. What about, the husbands of all pretty women?
Yes, much better.
I'll drink to that.
Won't you drink to that, Count?
I don't think you heard you.
I think you want to go, motherfucker.
Count. We're drinking to the husbands of all pretty women.
Is it true? Is he really my wife's lover? I don't know. But he's trying to provoke me. Well, I won't be provoked. He'd enjoy killing me because he's a bully. He thinks I'm afraid of him. Well, I am. I am.
That's what's going through his head.
Drunk to that, Count?
Civilians never look on husbands the same way that soldiers do.
My friends, tonight we honor a man who has given his whole life in the service of our country.
Yeah. He was 100% right about Austerlitz.
Before whose stern demeanor the enemies of our country have ever quailed. I refer, of course, to His Excellency Mikhail Illarionovich Kutuzov.
He's sick of it. I mean, he just got his ass kicked in Austerlitz.
Our local poet, Narishkin, has composed a short poem in his honor.
Oh.
Which I beg you, General,
What a
to
treat.
hear. It conveys far better than I could. The true feelings of us all on this memorable occasion. Narishkin.
Yeah.
Verse is to commemorate the banquet given by Count Rostov in honor of His Excellency Mikhail Illarionovich Kutuzov, March 1806. Be thou the pride of Alexander's reign. Make by thy efforts our land a haven. Live thy deeds till memory wane of Austerlitz and Schöngraben. Tremble, proud and haughty Bonaparte. Tremble in consternation. Kutuzov is the living heart of our holy Russian nation.
Let us drink to the hero of the last campaign, Mikhail Illarionovich Kutuzov.
What's the matter with you? Get on your feet!
To Russia's greatest soldier.
Cool. They're not cleaning it up. Fuck, throw your glass, you bitches.
Zeidel's place. The girls are pretty there. Dolokhov, you coming?
No, I have an appointment with a lady.
Married, of course.
Of course.
And which?
Naturally.
Pretty?
Couldn't be sweeter. As a matter of fact, our husband is here tonight. He's a very good friend of mine.
Oh, you tickle his fancy then, one might say.
Regularly.
So remember what's going through his head.
Soldiers have priority here, I think.
I dare you! I challenge you! I challenge you! Of our sovereign, the Tsar.
Huzzah!
Didn't want to spoil it for you boys, but yep, we're getting a duel. We're getting a duel, boys. Oh yeah. Aren't you glad you're watching now? Oh, everyone left. Oh, it's too boring. Fuck that. You get Anthony Hopkins in a fucking duel, boys.
I should not be doing my duty, Count, if I did not speak the truth. I consider this affair has not sufficient grounds to warrant the shedding of blood. You were in the wrong. You lost your temper.
Yes, I agree. It was my fault.
You know, it's far more honourable to admit one's mistake than to allow things to proceed to the irrevocable. Apart from which, the man's a noted duellist. Allow me to express your regrets.
What?
Allow me to confer.
No. What is there to talk about? It doesn't matter anyway. Where's the pistol?
Didn't mean it, Fedya. Let me ask him for an apology. No apologies, none. Set the swords.
Yeah, he wants his wife. He kills him. He gets... I don't know if he gets the money, because the money is not going to go to the wife. But he might get a chunk of change, though.
Yes, I understand. It's only I'd forgotten.
You may advance as far as your own sword and fire at will, but you must not, under any circumstances, go beyond your sword.
Yes, I understand.
Since the adversaries refuse a reconciliation, we may proceed. Take your pistols, and at the word 3, advance. 1, 2, 3.
Pierre's not a bitch. He wasn't, he was raised with money, but he never embraced that life. There you go. Didn't
Keep
expect
away,
that,
not
did
over.
you?
Keep back! It's not over.
Cover yourself! Turn sideways!
I'm not sure why he does the eat the snow thing, to be quite honest with you. He misses. I don't know why he eats the snow.
Madness. Death and lies. All death and lies.
Oh, God, I missed him. I missed him.
Doesn't matter, doesn't matter.
It's twice within a month. First your cousin and then him. Damn them. Damn them.
Sore loser.
This would kill her, Rostov.
Don't whisper to her.
My mother. Oh, God, take me home, Rostov.
This scoundrel.
Take me home.
Don't worry. Spoiler alert. He lives. But, he lost the duel. I think his swashbuckling days are over.
I've killed him. I've killed my wife's lover.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes, that's what I've done.
It's totally badass.
But why? How did it come to this?
He's like, yo, I'm going to go to your house and fuck your wife.
Because
That's what he said to you, dude.
And I never loved her. Why do these things happen?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's like, I don't really even care about her.
I don't know how I came to marry her or anything. Things just seem to happen. But now I've made it worse. I've killed a man in an affair of honor. But it was all jealousy. And for a depraved woman. Yes. That's what she is. I know that now.
She's not a good partner. It was always about money and status with her. You need to get me one of them femboys.
You fool!
What have I done?
What on earth did you imagine you were doing? Playing the hero?
No, not at all.
What were you hoping to prove? That he was my lover? You believe everything you're told, don't you? Well, you have made a laughingstock of both of us. Everybody will think that you were drunk, that you challenged a man you were jealous of for no reason.
It wasn't like that at all.
And why did you think he was my lover? Because I like his company? If you had more about you, I might have preferred yours.
Please don't speak to me.
Who else should I speak to? Oh, fortunately for you, he's not dead. Or else I should have enjoyed watching the consequences.
I think we should part, yes,
Wonderful. Nothing could make me happier. But you'll provide for me. You don't imagine you can just shrug me off, do you?
Please, go!
I'll be glad to. Living with you has been the embarrassment of my life.
I'll tell you! I'll tell you! Get out of my sight! Get out!
Yeah. I've been there. Anybody else? Anybody else been there? Holy shit. I can relate to that so hard it hurts. I've never thrown furniture at my wife, if that's what you're implying, but just saying,
How's your friend today, Count?
God, that was so human.
Thank you. The doctor called while I was there, pronounced the wound finally clean.
Thank God. Thank God, sir. The young ones are in the drawing room, as you can hear.
You just kiss me?
Oh, God, I love them. Why do I love them so? Natasha and Sonia, little Petya, Mama and Papa, yes, even Vera, all of them. And this house. Look at me weeping. For what? It's so silly and sentimental. Dolohov would laugh. Well, let him.
He ain't laughing now.
What are men like Dolohov compared with them? Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, Natalie, I love you.
Oh, it's Natalie, not
Marry
Natasha.
me, please.
How old is she, bro?
Oh, Mama, he's done it. He's done it.
Done what?
Proposed. Denisov's made me an offer.
Don't talk nonsense.
I'm not. He did ask Sonia.
Then he's a donkey, that's all I can say.
Oh, he's not. Oh, what a thing to say, Mama. He's in love with me.
Oh, you're all in love these days.
Oh, don't say that. It's serious.
Well, if you're in love with him, go and marry him.
But I'm not in love with him. But it was serious, though I don't think he meant to say it.
You mean it was seriously unintended? You better go and refuse him.
How? What shall I say?
Do you want me to come and do it?
No, I'll do it myself. Only tell me what to say.
Simply say that you're honored by his proposal, but you must refuse him.
Oh, I feel so sorry for him.
Don't marry a man because you feel sorry for him.
But he's so nice. I like him.
Then accept him. High time you were married anyway.
Oh, Mama, tell me what to say.
I'll tell him myself.
Oh. Be nice to him.
Vasily Dmitrievich, I thank you for the honor you do us, but my daughter is too young.
I know it, Countess.
And I would have thought, as my son's friend, you would have addressed yourself to me first.
Oh, Countess, I have acted wrongly. But pray believe me, I so adore your daughter. And your whole family. Well, I was intending to return to my regiment with your son next week, but I'll go tomorrow.
There's no need, Vasily Dmitrievich.
You're very kind. But I should prefer it. Goodbye. Countess.
Oh, this is one of those shots I was telling you about. This is a running joke in the. I don't know if it's the director or if it's in the book.
The horses will be
Yes,
here soon.
yes. He's still sleeping in the room.
Get them as soon as you can,
Oh, yes, Count, of course. If they have not arrived within the hour, I shall let you have the horses reserved for the mail. But I'm not supposed to, as you will understand. Can I get you something to eat?
No, thank you. Get them as soon as possible. I want to be in Petersburg as soon as night is over.
Oh, yes, Count, of course. Of course.
Unwashed cotton? What? Oh, yeah, okay, this is interesting. He meets a Freemason.
He seems to be short of horses.
Yes, or pretending to be. Have you been here long?
About an hour.
Still, you'll be more fortunate than I. You'll get the post horses if necessary.
Yes. He judges me for a larger tip than you.
Probably. You are Count Bezukhov, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes? Forgive me, have we met?
You were pointed out to me at a reception in Moscow once, but we never actually met. I feel for you deeply. I have, of course, heard of you and the misfortune that has befallen you. You are unhappy. If you feel averse to talking to me, please say so, my dear sir.
No, 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 no. It's better to pass the time in company.
I felt simply a desire to hold out a brotherly hand to you. I belong to an order that believes in that.
Are you a Mason?
Yes. I belong to the Brotherhood of Freemasons. And in their name and in my own, I hold out to you a brotherly hand.
So,
thank you.
This is about him
I'm afraid,
finding his identity.
How shall I put it? I'm afraid my way of thinking in regard to the whole theory of the universe is so opposed to yours that we may not understand each other.
Do you think your way may really be described as a way of thinking about the universe?
Yes, I think so.
Well, surely it is nothing more than a melancholy delusion.
Yes, melancholy. Perhaps yours is also.
Perhaps. But think, the whole truth, when we perceive it, is something we must feel inside us. When it is known, the feeling will be intense. Do you feel your way of thinking about the universe an intense perception? Yet you are a searcher after truth. And you say you have a way of thinking quite opposed to mine, and yet you do not feel it intensely. If it were the truth, do you not think you would?
Well, one may feel a delusion as intensely as one may feel the truth.
Yet it would be intensely felt. Your way of thinking about the universe is no more intensely felt by you than your way of playing cards or your way of dressing.
We've all had this debate.
So, you have a way of life which you can put against mine and say it is equally valid. But examine your own life, my dear sir. How have you spent it? In debauchery, taking everything and giving nothing. You've inherited great wealth. What have you done for your fellow man? What have you done for your serfs? You've profited by their toil to lead a dissipated life. You married a young woman and gave her no guidance or help. A man offends you, and you shoot him. And yet you are not happy. Where, then, is your way of thinking about the universe? Where does it come in?
I don't know.
What is the use of a way of thinking about the universe
Hell
that
yeah.
excludes God?
I cannot believe in God.
You do not know him. That is why you are unhappy. He exists. But to understand him is hard.
How can you know he exists? How can I ever know it when my mind denies it?
It is not the mind that comprehends God. It is life that makes us understand.
No.
How is it then that human reason cannot attain this knowledge?
The mind can know only what it suits the mind by its nature to know. The mind was never intended to be the gateway to this knowledge.
Yeah, so what makes you special?
Supreme wisdom is like the pure dew. Can you receive this pure dew into an unclean vessel and then judge of its purity? No. First, there must be inner purification of the vessel.
Boulder Dash.
Yes, that's true. I can see that.
The intellectual knowledge of the world is divided into the science of physics, chemistry, history, and so on, because this is the way the mind must work. But supreme wisdom is one, the science of all. To receive this wisdom,
no,
one must first purify the inner vessel that is to take it.
No, your bullshit book is not
You are
science.
not satisfied with your life.
I hate my life.
Then change it. There are two ways they go hand in hand. One is to meditate and think of one's life and change it from within.
Sure.
The other is to begin by doing good works. For the outer doing has an inward effect and hastens the process of purification.
So he says these things, Pierre joins, and then he gets disillusioned, and you'll see why.
There are many things I could do on my estates. Build hospitals and schools.
Yeah.
Lighten the daily toil. Why have I not thought of these things before then? Tell me. Why?
The horses are ready, sir.
Oh, thank you.
I shall harness up the courier horses for you, sir, though it's against the rules.
Thank you. Well, I thank you, sir, for your conversation.
You are going to Petersburg?
Yes, perhaps we could meet. I feel you could help me, as I
Help
need.
is given from God alone. But such measure of aid as is in the power of our brotherhood to give.
Yeah, okay,
You shall
Obi-Wan.
I, unfortunately, am old and in retirement. But I shall send someone to call on you who will bring you within our craft. And now, I wish you a good journey and all success.
You never told me your name.
Bazdev. Osip Alexeyevich Bazdev. Good night.
Good night.
Vladimir Vladimirovich Gorbachev. I'd want some mutton chops just to keep my face warm. Oh, here we go. He's getting initiated.
Enter.
Fucking Masons.
The candidate is here.
Has he considered?
Yes.
Has he considered again and again?
Yes.
Is he prepared?
Yes.
In body, mind, and heart?
Yes.
Let the candidate enter.
No, these are just Freemasons. Will you...
From what are you come hither?
From the evil of the world, from the evil in myself.
Why have you, who do not believe in the light and the truth, come here?
I come to seek them.
What do you seek? Is it wisdom? Is it virtue? Is it enlightenment?
I seek regeneration.
Truly you seek it?
Yeah.
With all your heart and all your soul?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who among us sends you to us?
Osip Alexeyevich Bazdev.
All right. Now take your pantaloons off. Husky
with me.
canvas, no.
Whatever happens, endure if you wish to become one of us.
Epstein, Jeffries, they lied. You won't go to hell, but you will take extra long naps, and that will slow down your progress. So everything with moderation is what I say. These goofy-ass sons of bitches, they don't know what the fuck's going on, these fucking Masons. They don't have any secrets to reveal. It's a bunch of nonsense and gobbledygook. Playing cards and skulls and knives. This is some edgelord bullshit.
The apron symbolizes strength.
Motherfucker's wearing a
Purity.
goddamn,
must
you know, like...
try, never.
Are you gonna get a slice of pie?
With the trowel, toil to eradicate from your heart all traces of vice or vicious feelings.
Masons always get pie.
As to the white gloves, the significance of the first pair you may never know. The second you must wear to all meetings of this lodge. The third pair you will see fit a woman's hand. Give them only to the woman you hold above all others, the one you select to be your worthy helpmeet. But take care, dear brother, never to deck hands that are unclean.
Sic transit gloria mundi.
They don't know shit.
Study our signs and our mysteries till they are familiar to you as your own hand.
They look like goofy butlers.
In our temple, we recognize no other degrees but those between vice and virtue. Beware of making distinctions that transgress equality.
What?
Fly to your brother's aid wherever he may be. Praise him that hath fallen. Never harbor anger or enmity against thy brother. Be kind and courteous. Forgive thine enemies. Return good for evil. Thus shalt thou recover traces of the ancient dignity that thou hast lost.
I got a weird connection to those meetings. I can't reveal that quite yet, but one of these days I will reveal my connection to those Illuminati meetings.
Thou hast become one of us.
Bro, you kissing me? So I find this fascinating because it's just like, we've all been there. It's like, okay, I guess I'll try this. I mean, I'm trying to fit in. I'm trying to belong. No, it's not so much ominous as it's like unfulfilling. Like,
hey,
it's,
Michelle, the regiment has a dance tonight. Are you coming?
What are we going to do for girls?
Don't worry. We're bringing some in from the next village.
Yes, they're all under 16. Huzzah!
No, you're quite wrong. I think the two emperors will get on better than they imagined.
The noble soul of Alexander and the practical mind of Napoleon. It's a beautiful fusion.
It is a chemistry that may ensure the peace for a long time to come.
The peace to come.
You ain't
Let
getting
French
peace.
and Russians drink to that.
Yeah, no.
Nikolai!
No, they
What
ain't
on
getting
earth are you
peace.
doing in Tilsit? Come in.
I seem to be intruding.
No, not at all. We're just entertaining our opposite numbers on the French staff. Here, let me introduce you.
Don't bother. I wanted a word with you, that's
Yeah, he doesn't want to drink with no
As you see, I
fucking
have
French.
guests, and if you won't stay... There's no need for that. What was it you wanted?
Doesn't matter.
Don't be silly. Excuse me,
Battle of
Mum, I'll be back.
Austerlitz was like 2 months ago. Welcome back, homeless. Welcome back, everybody, by the way.
Well, how is everyone at home?
Very well. Your mother sends her love.
Oh, thank you. When were you there?
I left about a month ago.
Did you come to Tilsit to catch a glimpse of the great man?
Who, Bonaparte?
The Emperor Napoleon.
He'll always be Bonaparte to me. I don't know how you can stand having these French around.
The two emperors meet tomorrow in the River Niemen on a raft to sign a truce. We've got to get used to one another. We're no longer enemies.
It's a ruse,
I find it
you
very hard to get used to.
dummy.
But then, I'm not on the staff.
Oh, yeah.
What was it you wanted to see,
Bonaparte
Bernard?
wants peace.
Our squadron commander, Denisov, is facing a court-martial.
What for?
He commandeered a food wagon that was intended for HQ. He shared the food out among the men. They'd had no rations for 3 weeks.
It's a foolish thing to do.
He's a first-rate officer and brave as you like. It's the sort of thing he would do. But a court-martial would have to find him guilty.
What can I do?
I persuaded him to petition the Tsar. I've got it here.
Oh.
Well, you know so many people close to the Tsar. I thought you could find a way of getting it to him.
His Majesty is very strict on such points. I think it would be better not to bring it to His Majesty's attention, but to apply directly to the Corps Commander.
If I'd wanted to apply to the Corps Commander, I wouldn't have come here. Do you want to help or not?
Well, of course I do. I'm only trying to think of a way of helping your friend. Wait a minute. I'll be back.
It's not about the meal, Unsatiable. It's about the conversation. So, become an interesting person. It doesn't matter where you take her to Denny's. You know? Take her to Denny's. If you're interesting to talk to, that's all that matters. Denny's is trash. Huzzah! 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 Oh wait, these are the French guys. Vive la France! No. Okay, no, it's not the French. It's not the French. No. You don't need to be Casanova, homie. You just got to be an interesting person. Get a hobby. That isn't masturbation.
This is a meeting too long delayed.
I, too, am delighted. I hope it will be the first of many.
Europe cannot afford to have Russia and France at each other's throats. There is no sense to it. There is no conflict of interest of which I am aware that cannot be settled amicably.
Fuck
For
the
our part,
Freemasons.
we are ready to do all we can to assist the peace of Europe.
This is a ruse.
Sire,
he's going
as
to
a
collect.
token of the
He's going
affection
to collect his troops
in
and
which my
continue
people
on.
hold yours, Allow me to confer upon your Majesty's person the Légion d'honneur.
Bro, did you kiss
Putting
me?
medals on each other now. Marvelous, isn't it? Still, they don't have to do the bloody fighting, do they?
What right have you to criticize the Emperor?
Well, I was only saying...
You've got no right to say. We're soldiers, not diplomats. It's our duty to die when we're commanded, not to be judges. If we were to judge and argue over everything, where would we be? There'd be nothing left sacred. No God, nothing.
Sounds good, doesn't it? That's the language of getting a lot of people killed. That's the language, that's the language of empire. His divinity, right? He cannot be judged. He cannot, all we are pawns and we're happy pawns, right? Huzzah! I want to die! It's it's the cycle. And we're breaking free from the cycle.
Pierre! What a surprise, what a surprise. Where have you come from?
Oh, visiting my estates, an inspection tour. I found myself near Bogocharovo, sir.
It's good to see you. Wonderful, wonderful.
Are you well? Recovered?
Oh, yes.
I was so sorry to hear about Lisa. How's the child?
Nikolai, he's well. He's at Bald Hills with Maria.
Oh, wow.
Let's go up to the house.
Oh, no, it's such a fine day. Let's sit here. You're building, I see.
Yes, I decided to come and live at Bogocharovo. It's always been a favorite place of mine.
He says
But it needs
building
lot
a
of work.
house.
Anton, bring some wine, will you please?
Well, just casually building a house. I'll build a house here.
So you didn't go back into the army?
It's kind of
After
awesome.
Austerlitz? No. I shall never serve with the Russian army again. They're all a pack of careerist fools, myself included. We should leave
Wow.
such things to people who understand them, like Bonaparte.
Pack of careerist
You mean the
fools.
Emperor, Napoleon?
If that's what people are calling him now, it makes no difference. What about you? You're married, I hear.
Yes. Yes, that's all over now, finished.
He called himself the Emperor Napoleon.
Heard about the duel, I suppose.
Yes. You had to go through that, too.
Yes. I only thank God that I didn't kill the man.
Why? To kill a vicious dog isn't a crime?
No, but to kill a man is. I think that's the worst evil one can do, take another man's life.
I don't see it. I know of only two real evils in life, remorse and illness. The only good is the absence of both of them.
Oh, no, I can't agree with you. That's such a negative outlook. I mean, to live with the sole object of avoiding evil. And I used to do that myself, but not anymore. At least I try not to now. Now, at least I try to live for other people.
You have the enthusiasm of a convert.
Well, why not?
What is it that you've been converted to?
You won't laugh?
No, of course not.
I'm a Freemason. I know. It sounds ridiculous, but I can't tell you, Andre, what it's done for me. You know, I sank to my lowest level after the duel. I didn't know which way to turn.
Yes, I can understand that.
I lived only for myself. But now I live for others. I have found true peace.
He doesn't
Who are
really.
these others?
He's just
My serfs,
emulating the
for
language.
I never even thought of helping them. They live in squalor, they die of curable diseases. They know no rest day or night. For instance, I've just come back from my estates, and I can't tell you. I was appalled at what I saw.
He's talking about his.
Oh, well, if
serfs.
you must have an occupation, doing good will do as well as any other.
You know, he has a
that's
whole
cynical.
estate.
You don't believe that, really, do you?
Well, I can see you want an argument. All right, drink up, let's walk a little.
The great thing is that I know for certain
Men, why don't we talk like this
enjoyment
anymore?
of doing good is the only true happiness in life.
Your happiness. So you're back to living for yourself again, which isn't so far from what I was saying.
No, you're twisting everything. Listen, just listen. That I enjoy doing good is one thing. That other people benefit is something else, much, much greater.
Well, let's take a look at it. You talk of schools.
Yes.
You
No,
want
there-
to lift the peasant out of his animal existence.
There's a distinction between
when in
slave
my
and
view,
serf.
animal existence is the only possible happiness.
It's awful thought, dreadful.
You want to make him like me without giving him my means.
No, not at all. You don't understand. Listen.
Then you say lighten his toil.
Yes.
But physical labor is as essential to him as intellectual labor is to us and hospitals.
What's wrong with the hospitals?
One peasant has a seizure and is dying. You want to patch him up so he can drag on as a cripple for the next 10 years, a burden to himself and to others.
How on earth can you live with such ideas?
Yeah.
What
He's-
point is there in your life, then?
He's embracing
There's
nihilism
little pain to oneself and hurt to others.
because he's an extreme
well,
cynic.
just sit back without stirring, without embarking on anything, then.
Life won't leave one in peace. My father's been put in charge of recruiting in this area and insists that I help him.
Then you are in the service after all.
Yes.
Why?
My father's a remarkable man. But he's so used to unlimited power that he can sometimes be cruel. I'm the only person he'll listen to.
So you're there to mitigate his effect for the benefit of other people?
No, for his own good. He doesn't like himself at such times. You want to liberate the serfs. I too. But not for their sake. For the sake of the serf owners, who are themselves brutalized by too much power.
No! No, 1,000 times no. Never believe that. Never! Never believe that.
Because Pierre is
So
a
you
serf
say,
owner.
Get through life as best one can without hurting others, all right. But one can do more. Our brotherhood of Freemasonry, we can do more. We can help beautify life instead of just accepting its brutality.
You behold the reign of goodness and truth on earth. I don't.
Do you believe in the future life?
I don't know.
Can you think it possible that our life here on earth is the end of all things? I can't believe it. I don't believe it. I can't. I feel in my soul as though I'm part of that vast, harmonious whole we call the universe.
It's that BBC money, Husky.
You do as well, but you won't admit it.
No, I won't admit it. How can I? When someone who is dear to you and whom you have wronged by not showing her that dearness suddenly ceases to exist for no reason, vanishes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a delusion to believe that she exists somewhere forgiving you.
No. No, her forgiveness is in the child. She left you. And in all the possibilities of good that are in you to do. My dear friend, you must...
He's really
must
bitter
live
about
again,
his wife.
in spite of the past, and love again. That is man's task on earth, to live and to love. Once he does that, he becomes a part of that vast, harmonious whole.
And
look up there.
Anthony Hopkins is doing a
That
great job because
infinity of sky.
He's saying these things, but doesn't really seem like he believes
Can you
it,
look
right?
at it and think that our lives will end here on earth? No. No. You and I are links in a vast invisible chain, the beginnings of which are hidden somewhere in that lofty sky.
Interestingly, both people are actually saying things that they don't actually believe because they're
I saw that sky at Austerlitz.
traumatized or one way or another.
I haven't seen it since. Until now. Ah, if only you were right, my friend, in the things you said.
I am. I believe it.
You know.
Well, perhaps.
He's offering him hope. He's saying, your wife still exists in another, life, and she's forgiven you. And he's like, how can I possibly think that? That's just incredibly selfish. It's such an interesting scene. Look at the lingering camera shot here. Oh, it's the end. Yo, director, yo! Yo! Oh, we're doing that one again. I love these shots. Nice, gracious. Wow, nice, gracious. Fade into to the credits. It's that BBC money, folks. So yeah, Pierre is repeating things that he kind of maybe sort of believes in because now he's a Freemason. And, Nikolai is saying, is in full depression mode, nothing matters. God doesn't exist. Nothing. There's really, it's just chaos and madness. There's no hope. Kind of embracing nihilism. And because he feels very, very guilty about his wife. All his wife wanted to do was love him. All his wife wanted to do was love him and have his kid and settle down. And all he wanted to do was get the hell out of there. So he feels like he abandoned her, and then he gets there right before she dies, giving birth to their son, and he doesn't get a chance to say goodbye. So he's absolutely devastated, and he's tempted by what he's hearing, but Pierre doesn't even believe the shit that he's spewing about religion and all this. He knows it's bullshit, but he's desperate to believe in something, because so far he's just done what people want him to do, and he's utterly miserable. He married a woman that hates him because that's what society wanted him to do. He almost killed a man. He almost killed a man because of the societal expectations, because he was getting cucked. So he almost kills this guy. So anyway, folks, that was episode 7 of War and Peace. 1 second, let me get the name. Is New Beginnings. That was episode 7 of War and Peace, folks. New Beginnings. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Lenny. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Dirty Crackhead, Husky Canvas. Who else is here? Homeless Bag. Thank you, Homeless Bag, for stopping in. Woke Patriot. Thank you, Woke Patriot, for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed War and Peace Wednesdays. Jidox. Thank you for stopping in. Very much appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this, because I think it's brilliant acting. It's a brilliant story, obviously. War and Peace. I'm absolutely in love with this story. Like I said, I feel like I know these people. My favorite parts have to be when they zoom in and they're just thinking, and because it feels so real, and then they're contradicting themselves, when they're acting, it's like, because Pierre was saying at the table, he's like, I'm scared of this man. I don't want to fight this guy. And then, a couple minutes later, I challenge you, against all of his, common sense and everything happening in his head. He had to do it. And then he does it, and he's like, why did I do that? I don't care about this woman. I don't care about him. I don't want none of this. I never wanted any of this. Now I'm killing a man, and I'm like, I'm attacking this woman with furniture because she's driving me crazy. It's so real. It's so real. Timeless, an absolutely timeless story. So thank you so much. I think we're almost at the halfway point. It is an incredibly long story, so we haven't even really gotten to the halfway point. We might be there after next War and Peace Wednesday. We will basically be at the half point after the next War and Peace Wednesdays. So, not like right wing inherently, but I know Jordan Peterson loves Tolstoy. Oh, the right wing are always curbing, like the right wing talk about how much they love MLK, so I'm not letting assholes who think, and they interpret it all wrong, they, and some are think they're clever, and they're intentionally interpreting it wrong because they understand the importance of the cultural work. And if they can recontextualize the cultural meaning of that work, that might hurt the zeitgeist or change the zeitgeist in their favor, right? Like making Ayn Rand a really important author. She's atrocious. She's terrible. She writes hackneyed stories, right? But no, we gotta make sure Ayn Rand is considered a genius. She died on welfare. She's the hypocrite of hypocrites. She also, there's some shit that she said that's just straight up contradictory to to what the right wing want to say about Ayn Rand. So I'm not letting people like Jordan Peterson or, You know, I mean, I bet you Russell Brand is a big fan of a bunch of like amazing things that it's like, man, I'm not gonna let Russell Brand ruin that shit for me. You know, I bet Hitler played Super Mario Brothers. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not gonna let a Hitler ruin Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System. You know he's up in there loving that shit, collecting coins. He had no, beef with the Italians at first, you know. No, he's not. He's on Rumble. He's on Rumble. He was doing commercials on Rumble during the the presidential debates, the Republican presidential debates. Please do. You have a fucking busting belly laugh. Like his experience with he's a mess. He's a mess, Russell Brand. Quan Mills. We'll check it out later. I gotta go see what's up with the baby. You know, War and Peace Wednesday. Gotta keep it tight, but I want to make sure I say goodbye to everybody properly. But no, I mean Russell Brand is an embarrassment to the left. He's he's just like Joe Rogan, right? Where they're rich and insulated, so they don't have to actually pay attention to the news. So they claim like expertise, or they speak from a place of confidence, but they're not putting in the work. You know, they're putting 20 minutes. Oh, okay, I think I got a good idea. What's going on? Oh, it's Jordan Peterson. He sounds like he's got his head screwed on straight. They're not putting in the fucking work, and they're embarrassing themselves because it's obvious, right? When you're plugged in, when you're connected, when you're paying attention to this shit, you can tell the fakes, the fucking posers from the real ones, right? You can disagree with Chapo Trap House, but you're not going to be saying they don't understand what the fuck is going on. They're not paying attention, right? So you could disagree with them, but they're plugged in, they're paying attention. Russell Brand, Jordan Peterson, all these, they're not, you know, they're disconnected. Joe Rogan and Russell Brand especially. They're embarrassments. You know, they spend their life in the lap of luxury, hopping from vacation to vacation, sex and drugs all day. I'm not hating. But then they get in front of a mic and camera after reading some headlines, and they think they know what the fuck's going on. It's an embarrassment. So fuck you, Russell Brand, and motherfuck you, Joe Rogan. You should feel guilty for the people you got killed during the COVID pandemic. Joe Rogan, you should be ashamed of yourself. Telling people to take horse dewormer and take, treatments that cost thousands of dollars per treatment, when what they really needed to be told is, hey, you need to take that vaccine. The scientists that you fucking, you pump yourself up with a bunch of steroids, you ain't got no problem with those scientists, but no, you got a problem with the COVID vaccine scientists because you're a jackass. Joe Rogan should feel bad about the people that he got killed listening to him. For real. All right, folks. Peace in that motherfucking Middle East. Glory to Ukrainian democracy. Let's not forget my 3-step program to create political change. Step 1, inform yourself. Step 2, join a progressive political organization in your area. Maybe a union. Maybe you run for office. Do something. Step 3, put in the work. Steve Bannon's out there kicking your ass. You gonna let Steve Bannon and fucking Nick Fuentes work harder than you? Don't let these mediocre characters embarrass you, okay? Go out there and meet them on the battlefield of politics and take them down. That's what I'm saying. So big props to everybody. Thank you, Lenny. Thank you, Dirty Crackhead. Peace in that motherfucking Middle East. Peace in that motherfucking Middle East, y'all. Peace in that motherfucking Middle East, y'all. DJ Ripperman. DJ Ripperman. It's the News Underground, motherfuckers. It's the News Underground, bitch. I'm abandoned nihilism. Fascists can suck my entire motherfucking Roblox. You know what I'm talking about? Whoop! Keep it so real it hurts. Keep it so real it fucking hurts. That's the only way to live. Fuck the fake. Fuck the fake. Oh, what's he gonna do here? There it is. Yeah. It's that DJ Ripper Main with Fuck That. Bye, Davey. Just missed it. Check the VOD. I'll put this up on YouTube, too. Fuck that. Fuck that. Thank you, everybody.